Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new fragrance from Juliette Has, a Gun Moscow Mule. So if you'd like to know what I think about this fragrance, then keep watching. I don't know if I need to say this, but I figured I always will let you know. You've seen a lot of reviews of this. This was sent to a lot of reviewers to review. It was very generous of them to reach out to the YouTube fragrance review community to see if we wanted to talk about this fragrance, and I was very happy to be able to review this fragrance for you guys. I'm a fan of Juliette Has a Gun. I think that they're an incredible brand. To me, they're very accessible, almost introductory niche house that you can find and test and sample, a lot more readily available than other niche houses, and the price point is pretty good as well. That being said, this is going to be an honest review. That also being said, a lot of us have reviewed this fragrance, if you haven't noticed. They did reach out to a lot of us, and I was very pleased to see that they reached out to a variety of different YouTubers with different subscriber bases. Some have a lot, some of them don't have as many, and I thought it was nice that they were reaching out to a wide variety. So that being said, I did not watch anybody's review, at least not in its entirety. That's because I wanted to make sure, since there was going to be a lot of people talking about this fragrance and a lot of people reviewing this fragrance within the next few weeks, I wanted to make sure that my opinion was not biased in any way, was not influenced in any way, and pretty much, yeah. My review is coming a little bit later because this got lost in the mail. I don't know why. The USPS has a hard time finding its post boxes, but it does. But in any case, I'm going to review this for you guys. And I do have some things I want to talk about that might surprise you. So first things first, let's talk about the notes. The top notes in this are lime, bergamot, and ginger. At the heart you have sandalwood, amber, and apple. At the bottom note you have Ambroxan, and you have something called Norlimbanol, and I can't pronounce it very well. That is actually a molecule that has very specific woodsy notes to it. And I'm going to be referencing it, but I will be mispronouncing it every single time, so I'm sorry. But that is a note in here that is very predominant. Now, when you're thinking of a Moscow Mule, when you're thinking about a mule fragrance, I think of something that's very light, very sheer, very refreshing. It's one of my favorite cocktails. I really love cocktails. And for the most part, I was really excited to see how Juliette Has a Gun was going to take that note, take that inspiration, and make it definitively their own. Juliette Has a Gun is one of those houses where I can smell a fragrance and say, yes, I can see where this fits in with their lineup, even though every single fragrance is drastically different. And this one is no exception. There we go. It opens very bright and crisp because of the lime and the bergamot, and it gets woodsy really fast. But the two notes in here that are definitively like in this fragrance from beginning to end is the Norlimbanol and the ginger. This is a very ginger dominant fragrance, and it's a spicy ginger, it's a sharp ginger, and it pairs really nicely and a little bit abruptly and aggressively with the woodsy notes and everything else. But that kind of aggressive, sharp, tangy ginger note, if you guys have eaten spicy ginger, you know what I'm talking about. That and a smell is, I think, what sets this fragrance apart and makes it definitively a Juliette Has a Gun fragrance. It's a little bit more dangerous, it's a little bit more avant-garde, but still wearable. It's really interesting and it's different, but it's still something that you could easily wear day to night, spring and summer, casually, formally, and I think that that's that kind of pairing of notes that sets this fragrance apart from other fragrances that might have same woodsy with an opening of like lime and bergamot and things like that. I love the fact that there's that sharpness in there, and I love the fact that there's that kind of spiciness in there from the ginger. I think that that pairs beautifully with the woods and the brightness of the opening, and this makes this a really fantastic scent. If you guys have ever had a drink or a cocktail and you know how it's supposed to taste, and sometimes it's a little too strong, a little too much alcohol in there, just a teeny bit too much, and it's really good and you're happy that it's strong, but you're just like, oh boy, wow, that's what this fragrance is, and I love that. I think that that's playful and really fun, and I don't know if that was exactly what they were going for, but I just love that take on it, that this is a drink that's maybe a little bit stronger than it was supposed to be, but it's still really good. I was really excited to get this package. I love the presentation of this bottle. I don't like talking about bottles too much because I know nobody cares. It's all about the juice, but I think that this fragrance is really, really nice. So that being said, how it smells, I love. I think it's great. I love fragrances that have a little bit of a twist to it, that have something that's a little bit unexpected, and I think that the Norlimbanol, that woodsy molecule with the ginger, is really, and I mean really, setting this apart and making it a little bit more artistic, a little bit more avant-garde, but still wearable and accessible, and that's what I've come to expect from Juliette Has a Gun fragrance. So I like it. I genuinely like it, but let's talk about longevity and fragrance, because that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, do understand everyone's going to have different experiences with this fragrance, and do remember I live in the tropics and it is hot here and humid here, and when it's not hot and humid here, there's thunderstorms. Yesterday it was like 95 degrees with what felt like 90-degree humidity, and then abruptly a lightning and thunderstorm with hail. It was great. Welcome to Florida summers. So longevity and lifespan of fragrances on my skin is going to be different for most everybody else, but if you do live in a humid climate, I think that I'm a good resource because I live in a humid climate too. So the longevity of this fragrance didn't last as long as I expected. Normally, Juliette Has a Gun fragrances stick to my skin for freaking like 24 hours. They last forever. Lady Vengeance lasts on my skin for such a long time. I think I get 8 to 10 hours normally, and if I overspray, which I normally do, I get this fragrance lasted on my skin about 4 to 6. Now, do understand that 4 to 6 is the going rate that I want with my fragrances. Usually 4 to 6 hours on my skin is like 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 for other people. But I've come to expect better longevity from Juliette Has a Gun, and I was a little bit surprised that it didn't last on my skin as long as other fragrances from this house. But it still performed the way that I would want it to perform, but I was expecting a little bit more. The projection of this was actually pretty nice because it is a little bit sharper, because it has that kind of woodsy molecule, and because that sharpness and that wood and that amber and all that tartness and brightness and citrus in there. This is a fragrance that I think people would really enjoy, but I don't think that they want it to be pushed on them. So I think this is the type of fragrance that would be better if it was a little bit closer, not an intimate scent, not a skin scent, but something that's about arm's length, and this does perform like that. For the first like 2 to 3 hours, it is arm's length, then it comes to about the elbows. So I will say that this has medium to moderate sillage, but how the fragrance smells, I don't think I would want it to be louder than it is. So I'm actually pretty pleased with its projection. Now, how it develops on the skin is really nice too, because the entire lifespan of the fragrance, like I mentioned earlier, is pretty much ginger and that woodsy note in there. I'm not going to try and say it again because I'm just going to embarrass myself. But I do like the fact that it opens really bright, because I keep saying bright, but it does, you guys. The citrus, the lime, and the bergamot with that tart apple just is really fantastic. It's almost kind of like you squeezed a lime, and you know sometimes how the juice can like kind of get into your nose and sting it a little bit, but it's like really pleasant. You're like, yeah, that's zesty. That's how this fragrance is. And it's a bright, zesty opening, but it just comes off super bright. And in hot and humid weather, that is exactly what you want. So I really love that. This fragrance does have a little bit of complexity to it, but it is still nothing that is so heavy or so hard to understand that you can't wear it in casual or daytime settings. But I think that there is a little bit to it, a little bit more oomph, a little bit more texture and heaviness to it because of the sandalwood, because of the amber, and because of those woodsy notes that I think would make this very nice for casual or spring to summer evening occasions as well. I think it's a very versatile scent, and I've really enjoyed wearing it, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection. And if I ran across this in the wild, I would buy a bottle. It's a pretty good price. You're looking at 50 ml being $100 and 100 ml being $135. This is available at Sephora. You can get it on their website, but I always recommend checking out Lucky Scent because you do get samples with your purchase. I am in no way affiliated with Lucky Scent, guys. I just really like their website and their service. So I would definitely probably recommend going there because you can pick a variety of different samples. Other ones from Juliette Has a Gun, niche houses like Raja, Zerja, things like that. If you wanted to check this out, you can also purchase samples of this. So again, not in any way affiliated with Lucky Scent. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Anyway guys, thank you so much. I hope you liked this video. I know a lot of us have been reviewing this fragrance and it was very wonderful, and again, going to reiterate, this was sent to me to review. I know some people are okay with those types of videos, some people aren't, which is why I will always let you know where I got a bottle and always let you know that all of my reviews, whether the bottle was sent to me or not, are honest. But I know some people are a little bit wary of reviews where people were sent the fragrance, so I like to let you guys know in the beginning and the end, so that way if you're one of those people where you don't like those reviews, you don't have to take any of my advice or review into consideration if you will purchase or not purchase this scent. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like videos like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know to continue doing videos like this. If you do not like videos like this, there is a down vote button. I am totally okay with down votes. I'm not one of those people that freak out. I have a lot of down votes. It lets me know what types of videos to continue doing for you guys. So up or down, totally fine. Go for it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified. My schedule did change recently just for the next few weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you guys want to be notified when I upload, definitely make sure you hit that little bell. If you guys have any experience with this fragrance, good or bad, any experience with this house, good or bad, there's a comment section. I love to talk and interact with you guys, so definitely meet me down there too. As always, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.